Namaste. It's Marcus here again. I'm just being reminded actually by a dear friend, a great, great channeler, a great channel actually, who whenever I talk to her, it just opens up so much stuff. And on this occasion, it was exactly the same, where she mentioned something actually. I should mention her name because she's incredible. Her name is Anya Rose. I'll put a link in the description to her website. She's just one of the most amazing souls I've met on this journey. And so tuned in, such an amazing channel, so full of light and love. And like her husband, John, just beautiful souls to be around. And anyway, I'm digressing. I'm going off on a tangent as usual. But no, I'm not really, because this is really important. This is the beings I'm talking about here. They're special. And we meet special people at times. And I was reminded last week when I connected with Archangel Camuel, who was one of the very early archangels I connected with. And it was through my dear friend Anya, who was in a talk my wife Karen and I were at, and she communicated with Archangel Camuel in that talk. And from then on, I've been connected to Archangel Camuel also. And what Anya was just talking about was something I've been mentioning for probably the last 4 years. And that is, I was in a meeting. I've said this many times on these videos. I'll say it again. I was in a meeting with my dear friend in America, Sherry, and our dear friend, Bridget Renee Holiday, who is, again, totally different level to anyone I've met. And Bridget and I and Sherry were talking about spiritual matters, let's say. And as we were talking, I think we all picked up on it at the same time. It was on a private chat on Clubhouse. As we were talking, I realized that what we were saying in words was not what we were communicating with each other about, or was not only what we were communicating with each other about, or what was being communicated between us at that time. What really I want to talk about is what is being transmitted all the time by us humans, especially those on a raised vibrational awareness. So when I talk about people's raised vibration, it's not about better or worse or good and bad. It's about the level that people's conscious awareness vibrates at. So if I was vibrating at a conscious awareness of the beings who live in Lemuria in Mount Shasta, when I went there, if I went there, I would be able to communicate with them. I'd be able to see them. I'd be able to go into their home inside Mount Shasta and live with them for however long it was. At this time, I'm not vibrating at that vibrational awareness. I'm vibrating at the normal human frequency of a evolved soul, which I am. I'm not being immodest by saying that. I have raised my conscious awareness through my last 55, 60 years to what it is now. And I've had lots of help. And what that's allowed me to do is to bring it to higher levels so that I can connect with star beings, archangels, planets, even 3i Atlas, actually. And it's because I'm able to raise my conscious awareness. But in day-to-day life, where, say, there's somebody here in the room and we're communicating, and I'm saying blah, 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 and they're going blah, 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 blah. And in that blah, 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 that is a carrier wave. A carrier wave is an electronic term that carries a signal of communication on a wavelength through the ether. The wave's moving through the ether, and the message is on the wave. Look it up. This is the medium that the signal's transmitted on. And for us as humans, there are many tales of telepathy and other things that people do. And for us, my friend and I were just discussing how much we should be by now using telepathy more, but we haven't quite mastered it. And what I was saying was, it's because the medium, like the carrier wave, that we are constantly transmitting, we haven't quite reached the right frequency for us to pick it up. For it to harmonize with each other and be able to communicate it with each other. So when my friend is saying something, I mean, my wife and I, we do it all the time. We're thinking things and she's saying, I was just thinking, I said, I was just thinking that. It's a typical example. It happens to all of us. I was just going to say that because we are picking up these energies of the other person, which is basically telepathy. Being aware of it and trying to do it doesn't help. We need to just be able to use our conscious awareness in a way that we can turn the dial on in the olden days when they had radios, in the radio there was something, a dial that you turned, and that dial, it was actually going in between plates, metal plates, magnetic plates, and that would change the connection to the different frequencies by doing that, by turning those plates. It changes the vibration, the frequency, let's just say frequency, of what signal the aerial is picking up. So we need to be able to tune or fine-tune ourselves to be able to connect with other frequencies that are coming to us now, all the time. And so when I'm channeling Archangel Camuel, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm finding the right channel that they're on, and I'm connecting to that channel they're coming in. The Arcturians, the Lyrans, the Blues, the Andromedans. That's exactly what I'm doing when I'm channeling. I'm connecting to and that's what everyone's doing, actually. But the need for us now is for us to be able to do it on a different level with those that we are connected with in the physical. And this way we will master telepathy. And that's my view, rightly or wrongly. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. And just by putting this out into the ether, is going to make this a possibility for us going forward now at this time of the Lion's Gate. Namaste. Thank you for listening. Till next time.